welcome to the on-respect and an edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. And following the event on Friday's Rampage, 2 matches of Brit Righteous taking on the Hardy Boys, Starlander defending against Britt Baker, and we also saw the Blackpool Combat Club in action as well, taking on Big Bill and Ricky Starks, Danielson and Castagnoli representing the BCC, and that was our first match. So let's get straight into it. In the American Dragon, the Absolute One, we're going to start things off, but Big Bill tagged in so he could show Danielson how tall he was. The Swiss Powerhouse was able to go toe-to-toe with Bill, despite giving up several inches of height. Castagnoli is pound for pound one of the most powerful men in pro wrestling, so he has picked up guys bigger than Big Bill plenty of times. Starks and Bill were following the classic heel and bodyguard pattern. Starks tagging, dish out some damage, cheat and then tag back in as soon as possible. To get started, after playing the heels in so many recent storylines, it's kind of weird to see the BCC being the victim of another team's cheating, but Danielson and Castagnoli have kind of this love from the crowd that will always allow them to work whatever side they want and get the desired reaction. Most of the time seeing the BCC play the underdogs wouldn't make sense, but the side of Big Bill really helped. It makes it believable here that he and Starks could control as much of the match as they did. It was a solid match from top to bottom, and all four guys looked great, and the ending with Starks hitting low blow and Danielson for the win was the right way to go. It gives the victory, but leaves it very much open for Danielson to seek revenge. So yeah, I get 7 out of 10 from me. This was a good start. Furthers the storyline, but I think a surprising result as well here, but could benefit the long term in the storyline. FTR then took on Iron Savages. Jack Jameson tried to get in Dax Harwood's way for the match, so Cash Reader helped his partner hit him with Shatter Machine and send him out of the ring. This left Bronson and Boulder to deal with the chance, with the managers and third member trying to recover. The challengers had a pretty big size advantage, so they made sure to use it whenever they could to control and punish the champ. The match started off in a way that made it feeling like it would be a really competitive encounter, and in some ways it was, but it was over in less than 5 minutes and ended with the champions retaining titles. It's just about Skit and Jeff FTR the win. I don't know, it kind of just felt there. Would have liked a bit more to it. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Before it's time for John Silver versus Anthony Bowens, the Dark Order's tricked Bowens into facing Silver instead of the man he thought he'd be facing, Evil Uno. Johnny Hungry attacked Bowens in the corner to get the match going, but the Trio's champion turned the tables and beat him down right away. They, even with the bunch of other people involved in the story, the majority of the in-ring action felt focused on Silver and Bowens, which is always what you want in a singles match, but now always how we get. However, Uno didn't stay away for too long. He appeared from under the ring and ran Bowens into the ring post to help Silver pick up the win. This match had some really great sequences, but it also had some moments that didn't click for different reasons. Overall, this was a good effort and seemed to make the crowd happy. So yeah, it gets 6 out of 10 from me. I don't know, it was a decent match, kind of like the way it was all tricked into and all of that, and that's a nice little detail. But yeah, I'm just finding it hard to clear about the Acclaimed versus Dark Order for the Trios titles, to be quite honest. So yeah, and did it really make me turn around on this? Unfortunately, it didn't, no. Andrade then took on Scorpio Sky. And yeah, before that it was Aussie Open who had another squash, and then challenging FTR for a match at Wrestle Dream, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, it's quite like that because it's the second in 2 days. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that match. But yeah, Andrade versus Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky gave me a brief pre-recorded video intro before heading to his match against Andrade. Even though both men entered the ring acting as if this would be a good fight, Sky did use a few dirty tricks, but for the most part it was a contest between 2 men who simply wanted to prove that they were the better wrestler. They also choose other veterans who have more proven in their ability to put on a great performance, so even if they were on autopilot, they still outshine the majority of what we saw on Saturday night. Adelaide scored the win, paid respect to his wife Charlotte Flair by using her trademark figure 8 submission. So yeah, it did its job here. 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I think Andrade getting the win, big for him. Scorpio Sky, I don't know, I'm just struggling to see where we're going with both these competitors, but the match wasn't bad or anything, so yeah, 6 out of 10. The Righteous then took on the Hardys. Matt and Jeff took on Vince and Dutch in a tag team match that was White Cloud Joe as scouting the brothers on Rampage this week. The Hardys have become more and more limited with what they can do in the ring over time, but they still have the ability to get a crowd reaction, and somewhat surprising outcome. The Righteous scored a pretty clean win, gave a promo after the match, and they could brag about beating one of the most legendary tag teams in the world, and ended up indicating they wanted to shot the RH tag title, and I think that's very much where it's going, which is why they got this win. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I don't know, the Hardys, even though they, we all know they're not what they once were, I still would love to see them get a bit more of a rub in AEW at the moment, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, gets 5 out of 10 from me. I'm particularly hyped about MJF and Cole versus Righteous. No, I think it should be, with Canellis and all that. But anyway, Statlander taking on Britt Baker for the TBS title. The main event of this week's show, Storr has defended it for the second night in a row. Jake Cargill was her opponent, but today it was Britt Baker who stepped up. Statlander may have been the bigger competitor, but Baker was just as aggressive with her offense throughout the match. Both women wanted to make sure this didn't feel like a random title defense. They wanted to be the outcome of the question the entire time. After a very entertaining match, Statlander Statlander was able to keep Baker down for the 3 without using a finisher. DMD shook her hand and raised it after the match, but they weren't suddenly hugging like best friends. Baker was telling how frustrated she was with the loss. Julia Hart was shown watching the match from the title, so she may be the next in line for the TBS title. But I thought that was a nice storyline detail of Britt Baker. Statlander getting a win, big for her. And yeah, she really is on a roll at the moment. But I think Baker as well, adding a little storyline in there as well, which is interesting. But overall this week, Collision gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, a decent episode of Collision this week, I have to say. Lots going on to keep us interested, yeah. And a really enjoyable show, I would say. I think, yeah, the way it's all going in the TBS title picture is interesting. Danielson at the start of the show. There's lots of little intricacies and collisions to keep us interested at the moment. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next, let's go to daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.